So yeah, so what they did, um, try to come here as quickly as possible. So if you don't understand what I mentioned before, I said that I would put the paper inside my pants to prevent this from happening, just because it will throw those drugs in the illness. And Chip is still there. She's asleep when you left. I was thinking, going. Be concerned about them not saying that I'm locking the way of the car right after they did that to me. And it is there, I'm looking for the ventilation, so nobody around me. So the concern is actually primarily safety. The Yes, I understand myself sometimes. So that's that. So I said yesterday that there was no smell on the bus if you're in reference to that. It's because it was not the time. Doesn't mean that they didn't do this to me during the day. And the correlation between the two, not for the smell, that doesn't exist, but for the attempt, for the made up thing on that day in particular, not on a random day, which would already be bad. It's actually worse because it's not just made up. It is still made up. I'm testifying to you it is. Heaven knows. And I smell her poo later very clearly, and you notice that difference in their behavior when they threw something on her to poo. Because they throwing something on her to poo caused them to change. If they said there was a smell since the beginning, then what is the change for? Yeah, there's some interaction, some bullshit there. Again, not good chemicals. So, yeah, now this is probably the mixture of the dirt in my pants as well with the liquid. If nothing else, I don't think it'd be much different if it was water instead of this. But my point is, the agenda there. So they threw this and so I have no choice to come to here as you saw. I came here already pissing myself, right? And then you see another attempt agenda through what's usually a female on a male bathroom with right after they essentially coerced me to come to the bathroom while pissing myself. That's from inside my underpants. And the first time that they do those humanizations, just wait a minute. I'm gonna say, oh yeah, wait a minute, I have to pee again apparently. So, this is artificial. It's not like the pee is not the pee that I can drink water. That's not the point. The point is there's out of control, there's a lack of control. And I think it's something very closely related to the numbness that happens when they throw those things. Back in when we sleep, they're using those things systematically as a way to know if the drugs are having an effect on me almost every day. You see this being thrown on me right before sedatives and other things, particularly after I enclosed the place pretty well. Um, because after all, if you want to assault someone in the middle of the night, and this is public knowledge. It's the key point to understand. All the good people displays, everybody will know that, which showcases how remarkable it is the arrogance they presume that the individuals get outsmarted by me while drugged would be able to fool every single one of them fool you because it's public knowledge, right? So you can talk to anyone, high schoolers, the elderly, you can just ask away and get information. Now they think they're gonna ask for a story instead of just getting information you need. Get the information you need. Nobody cares about the lies. But by all means, listen to what they have to say. You should listen to what they have to say. It's the best part of my argument. But I'm just saying that they seem to live under this expectation. I see witnesses that you're gonna ask them to testify as if you were an unbiased observer instead of the. As I said, oh yeah, by the way, in that bathroom empty, you see someone deciding that the best booth to go do the business is next to this, and all the other ones empty. Just in case you have any doubts. It's about the last noise you heard there was from. And it changed my behavior while realizing that, as I have since the moment I realized it was that. So, yeah, it should do that. Let's go back to our chef. Try to point out those things because then they know to say. What happens if this was now? It's a big problem, but so what I said, even if there was a smell, it wouldn't be any different than what they're doing. Yeah, it'd be different. It wouldn't be any more my responsibility than what they already do. Okay. But I don't think how the two caveats. One, as I said, they use these things as a way to throw before throwing narcotics and other drugs on us. And secondly, that the dehumanizations are never, they're always drug crime as well. Even when it's not necessary. As I said, it's much worse. Had they just made up the whole thing, it would have been nearly as bad as this. So, those are the geniuses that are going to fool you and the rest of the planet. So, you should remember that. The things they threw on the bus and the things we have to clean up today, she was pretty much out of paper that the paper we have is wet. Should have left another for a bash. But after that, we're going back to also don't want to waste this with other things, but again, how things look. Quite feasible, quite noticeable. As much as I can do. Well, is it? Again, as I said to you before, these other things are going to be quite funny.